I had such a huge response from all of you. You have a lot of questions. I asked for questions and I got them. So let's get started. First, we have Jean Burdick. She asked me if it cost any money to stay at Quartzite, and if so, how much? Well, Quartzite is a little town, and it's near Parker. It's not too far from Lake Havasu. It's just a little town. It has a good history. Somebody, you know who you are, told me about during World War II that they were training camels for war there. That's why you see all these camels, pictures of camels, statues of camels in Quartzite, yeah. So Quartzite is a town. Now there's some really great BLM land that's close to Quartzite. It's like only 6 miles away where I like to park, and it's easy to get to, and you can zip into town, get your water, do your laundry. Quartzite has rolled out the red carpet for nomads. RVs. In the winter, nomads, RVers, vacationers, they descend upon Quartzite. It's a huge spot for nomads. So Quartzite is a town. They don't charge anything per se. But they have rolled out the carpet. They've made it as easy as possible for us to be there. And we love them for it. Now, BLM land, of course, does not charge anything to stay there. They have a wonderful refuse station where you can dump your garbage in between a lot of the BLM land and Quartzite. They don't charge for that either. You can go dump your garbage there. It's a really good system. But when I mention Quartzite, that I'm in Quartzite, I think I'm staying on BLM land, but I go into Quartzite. So I think if you're not a nomad, that it's a good thing that I explain that to you. And it's a legitimate question. Now, there are RV parks in Quartzite that will charge you so much money to stay there. There's also the LTVA. That does cost. And you can get a permit, and I believe you can park there for like, I don't know, 160 or 200. I've never done it before because I'm free. I don't want to pay. And I think it goes from September to April, and you can park there for free. You don't want to park there beyond April because it's just too hot. So that's your answer, Jean. Burning up the roads. You have 3 questions, and I will answer them. What, in my opinion, are pitfalls of being a nomad? Not too many for me, no. Not too many pitfalls at all. I enjoy it so much. I like the cost of it. I like saving money. I like my little small space here. And probably the only pitfall I can see for me personally would be you're constantly, I've mentioned that's probably my biggest gripe, if even a gripe, is shifting things around. To get to things, I have to shift things. and in doing so, I bump my hands and my arms, often because it's small space. Or these bins here, they can, when I reach in there and I don't pull it out all the way, it's not sharp, but it's not soft either. And I'll scrape my hand. It's like, that's why my hands really get so, kind of bruised up. Yeah. Now, are there any unexpected nomads? There were a lot of unexpected events this year, and that people recognized me. Yeah, a couple of them even hunted me down. They recognized me, and that was unexpected. It was a good unexpected. So yeah, those would be unexpected nomads. And actually, I met you, Lucretia. I did meet you. And that was unexpected when I was coming out of the laundromat. Your husband came out and got me and said, "Oh, she wants to meet you," so I met you. And you were awful clamped. Oh my God. Yeah, that's unexpected right there. Yeah. You asked me, do I plan in advance on my videos? Sometimes. I did on this one. I knew that I had so many questions. I knew that I would have to do a video just to answer your questions. And if you've been with me a long time, I'm trying to make sure that I don't keep answering the same questions over and over. If they are questions I've already answered before, I will kind of breeze through them because, you might get bored with it. And I don't want anybody getting bored here. So a lot of times, Lucretia, what I do is I just fly by the seat of my pants. Yeah. Okay, what am I going to do today? Sometimes I get an inspiration that morning on what I'm going to do. So there you go. Thanks for the questions. Craig Hoffman, I love you. You've been with me since the very beginning, Craig. How are you doing? Hope you're feeling really good. You asked me, how do I keep so upbeat and happy? Well, I don't know. I think just living the lifestyle. And, well, it's not just that. I mean, it's that, yeah. And I've always been kind of happy. I will tell you, Craig, when I was little, I was a bit of a chitter chatter in the morning, and I've always been a morning person. So I would chitter chatter quite a bit, and I would follow my mom around in the morning and chitter chatter with her. And she always let me. She would just do her thing, and I would just be chattering away. And then I'd grow tired of it, and I would go about my business and go play. I always liked to have a lot of fun, and I had the ability to go play. I had my best friend was like 3 doors down, and I would go play with her. And we would go play in the summer, or we'd get ready for school. So I think I've always been happy, but I just think that I was blessed with a good outlook on life. Yeah. So thank you, Craig, and I love you. Love you. You know I do. So Jackie, you said, it seems like now I think, what would Minivan Lee do? Yeah, that is so cute. I got such a tickle out of that. Yeah, I don't think I'm, well, maybe I am a role model. Why not? I'll be a role model for you, yeah, that was so cute. Thank you for that. Melody Gibson asked, do I ever feel lonely? Well, I guess, yeah, sometimes I do. I mean, everybody would. But I don't feel it very often. In my mind, I feel lonely in a situation where there's a lot of people, but I don't feel maybe if I, I feel the love. Yeah. If I'm ignored or something, yeah, that would feel lonely. But being alone, I don't mind being alone at all. So thank you for that question, Melody. We're going to continue with the shout outs. I just want to mention something for you. I mentioned the Skin So Soft, and it keeps mosquitoes away. And I got a lot of comments that you said from Canada, and you said, oh, we've known that for years. We've used Skin So Soft. It's from Avon, and I bought some. Yeah, bought some Skin So Soft, and it smells okay. I'm just wondering why the mosquitoes don't like it. Is it good? But yeah, I used some last night. So I just wanted to show you that I did actually get some, and it's in my new storefront. Which brings me to my new Amazon, Minivan Lee Amazon storefront. I finally got accepted. I guess they think I'm an influencer now. Woo! Let me influence everybody. But I guess it's really due to all of you. I'm sure that you have been using my links, and Amazon sees that. So it's going to be a little bit easier to shop by seeing some pictures. So in the storefront, I'll leave the link. It's in my video description. It's also on my website. Here we go again. I revamped my website. It's not hugely different, but it's a little different. And you will find the link there. Oh my gosh, yeah. You'll find the link for my Amazon storefront. Now, it appears that the Amazon associate affiliate, which was the links that you were going through in my video description, seems to be on 2 separate systems. So I'll keep the links up in my video description, but I'll also leave the link for the Amazon storefront. There you go. New things coming. And I believe I did put the Skin So Soft. If I didn't, make sure that I'll get that on there. I want to put actually some other things on. I want to make a new category on my storefront, and it will be things that I bought and I enjoyed when I lived in a house, when it's sticks and bricks. And I think I'm going to go with some of the items that I used to use. I mean, they're wonderful. And they may actually be items that can be transferred over either or for in a home or in your rig. One item that I would really have liked to have brought with me was my Berkey. I mean, that thing is beautiful, but I gave it away. I didn't think I'd have room for it. But you know, I could have put my Berkey like right in here and bungeed it, and it would have been fine. Yeah. I'm thinking about getting another one, but I want to get that on there too. A Berkey is a wonderful water filtration system. I always used it in my home. So I just wanted to update you with all that. So let's get back to the shout outs. So Rhonda Lynn, you asked me what states that I haven't been to that I really want to go see. Well, I've mentioned Maine. I want to see Washington State, and I want to see Oregon. I have not been to Washington and Oregon, and that's sort of in the works. Either this summer or next summer for sure. So go see that. And then this summer, I mean, who knows? I'm not a for certain. There's a couple of factors that I want to wait to see if they pan out on whether it'd be good to go to Maine. But those, I've been to Florida, but I would like to go down to Florida. So yeah, you also asked about short or long-term dating relationships. It's been years since I've dated, and I don't ever rule anything out, but I really am happy being single. I really like to just be friends. You know, I like to have really close friends. I mean, yeah, I know, but I don't know. Who knows, you know? I let him kind of decide, you know, what's going on with all of that. What rig would I want if I won the lottery? Wow. If I really won a big lottery, I'd have a few of them. I would. I'd have a Class C. I like that I like that little space that over the cab. Yeah, that would be fun. I would make that my bedroom because you can look out the window and you can, yeah. I would have a Class C. Who knows, if I actually had won a huge lottery, I'd probably have a Class A too. I mean, what the heck? Maybe have some land and go park that little sucker out there. Yeah, why not? Yeah, buy some land and go put a Class A out there. Yeah. And then have like a minivan I could drive in and out, and yeah. Thank you for the questions. So Mary McCrae, you asked, are my children concerned that I'm not near them that often? And also my grandkids? And not really. I mean, I am kind of near them. Kind of. I'm going to tell you, in my daughter and their family in Ohio, I mean, seriously, they're so busy. They don't have time for me. They don't have time to be, yeah. Yeah, they both have careers, big time careers. But I'm going back there. And then my children that are here in Tucson, I see them all the time. I mean, I'm here, normally I go up and down the Nevada and Arizona corridor. I've been in Tucson quite a bit, and you all know that. I've been in Tucson quite a bit. So, not really. And you know what? They have careers too. They're so busy. So I see them, and I just do my thing, and my children do their thing too. So, yeah, as far as the grandchildren, I mean, if they're busy and I can't see them as often as, we would all like, then, I can't see the grandkids either. So, yeah. So I see them probably about as much as I saw them when I lived here. That's it. I'm fiercely independent, and so are my children. That's just the way it is. Catherine Clark. Hi, Catherine. You asked me a few questions. First one was, how do I plan my trips? Well, I don't know. I'm a fly by the seat of my pants kind of gal, and I just kind of plan them. I don't know if it seems right, and listen to the little voice in there. Yeah, I just go. I usually plan, if I'm planning my trips, I do it on Google Maps. Yeah. And what do I do when I'm on my trip? I sing a lot. I do. I belt it out. It's the one time that I can really practice my voice. No, I'm not a professional singer. I've never had singing lessons. But I read a study. Okay. I read a study on singing. And a normal singer, just a normal common voice. We all can sing, but there's that common voice. But then there's that exceptional voice, and they're the ones that become famous because, well, that can be developed. And I'm not trying to develop it. It's just my own little study, my own little research. I do like to, when I'm singing to an artist on my playlist or whatever, I try to imitate their voice. I mean, you know all the people they can do voice imitations. I mean, it's just developing. It's a muscle, and you can develop that muscle. So yeah, I do that a lot, and I might listen to an audiobook, and I might actually have a playlist of maybe some YouTube videos, inspirational, or might listen to Joe Dispenza on, like getting that future going, getting rid of that and getting that going. And I might listen to the radio, I like to see, what's in a certain area. Ooh, what kind of radio stations do they have? Yeah. You also asked if there's things when I'm planning out, if there's things that I consider to avoid. Yes, I do. I avoid states where they have such strict rules about firearm transfer, things like that. Oh, yeah. Ooh, somebody parked really close to me. Ooh, I'm looking out there. Ooh. Yeah, I try to avoid them. I mean, I do have a lockbox, and I can I'll lock it up. But, yeah, I try to avoid them. You're dealing with California, Illinois, New York State. Oy vey schmear, yeah. Now, you mentioned, would I ever, they left already, would I ever consider not being in a state because of window tinting? Well, no, I wouldn't, because I don't have a problem. I might have I have limo tinting back here, but that's legal. It's the windows, the two side windows and your windshield, where they test out for the window tinting. There's a gun that they use that pushes light through, and then they'll whatever it comes up as, that light couldn't penetrate through it. Yeah. There are some states, I don't know if they're really even doing that. It seems like everybody's getting away with anything these days, so I can't imagine, getting, because of your window tinting, Ginny S., you asked me where I learned graphic arts and video. I'm self-taught. Yeah. My mom had a quote. She would always say, if you know how to read, you can learn to do anything. And it's so true. That's what she did. My mom was an avid reader, and she would learn how to do things on her own. So I'm self-taught. Yeah. I've been doing photo editing, and since the late 90s, I was early, not one of the first. I've said that, I'm one of the first people to have a computer. No, that's not true. But I am one of the early ones to get a personal computer in the later 90s. They all started, like most people, it's like it became somebody's got the boom box. It became very popular to have a computer in your home now, the desktop and everything. So I was early in getting that, and a bunch of us used to, I mentioned working at Circle K. Yeah, that was a hopping place, yes. And people would come in and we would talk software. Yeah. Say I had all the Adobes. Adobe isn't that easy to learn. Well, it's not as user-friendly. It's not hard, but it's not as user-friendly as some of them. Well, I taught myself how to use all the Adobes, Illustrator, Photoshop, yeah, all of them. The web maker, yeah. After Effects. So I taught myself how to use Adobes. Well, now with Adobe, you have to. They don't give you a disk anymore. Well, computers don't even really. A lot of your laptops now. We have laptops. They don't really have a CD, player in them. So you can't really use the disc anyways. But you have to subscribe and pay money every month or every year. So, but that's where I learned, and I just was into like taking videos. I had this really crappy camera, and I was always taking videos, and it was really, some of the earlier videos I have of my family and our barbecues and our parties and birthday parties, they jump and everything, but, I did the best I could, and I just learned how to do it that way. So it's just something, because I was an artist, because I'm an artist. I've done paintings, oil paintings, drawings, charcoal. Somebody's in front of me again. Charcoal drawings, yeah. Color, professional color pencils and things. So it was just a matter of time before I got into the graphic part of it. So, KR, you asked me to talk about raising my children. I was kind of one of those moms. The only thing I will say is I was one of those moms, I had to work, and one of those moms said I was liberal. I was very liberal with them. I'm probably more of a conservative, but I was a liberal mother, and I let them fall flat on their face if that's what it took. Yeah. I let them make their own decisions, and they still do now. We all in our family, we make our decisions. They don't think, oh, my mom is a nomad. Oh no, we got to talk her out of it. No, they pretty much know. I know exactly what I'm doing. I'm methodical with what I do, and I don't let them make decisions for me. I would laugh at them, and I'd be like, "What? What are you guys talking about?" And the same. I don't tell them what to do. I just, if they're doing it, they want to do it, they just do it, and I just, oh, okay. Because I've let them fall on their faces. The only thing different about my children is each and every one of them got out of school when they were 16. I sort of followed the English way of doing it. I remember reading about that when they're in Europe when they're 16, or in England anyways. They stop going to a regular school, and then they assess them and find out where they want to go. If they have enough money, upper class, or they're going to go to college prep, go to Oxford or whatever. I don't know. I made you some Tang. I forgot to give it to you. Yes, there you go. So I already had my coffee, but it's summer. Let's have Tang. So my children got out of high school. They left and they got out. And they'd already had established their friends. And a lot of their friends did the same thing too. I think it's popular in Tucson. They got out. They got their GED. They're very smart. And then they went to Pima Community College. Yeah. And so at 16, they were starting college. And they got their associates done by the time they were 18. And then by the time they were 18, they were ready for the U of A. Now, my oldest son did not go to the U of A. He was in the trades, and he's a carpenter. But my youngest son did the same thing. After his associates, he did not go on either. He wanted to do some other things, and so he did. But yeah, but my two daughters, one is she's a nurse practitioner, and then my younger daughter, she is a child psychologist. So yeah, it worked, and they're not so old, to actually to have her PhD and want to almost be a doctor. That they could do it when they were younger. So yeah, that's how I raised my children. So I'm going to continue with the shout outs. I just want to show you, somebody had asked me about my fairy lights. So let's look at my fairy lights. And I want to show you how they're put on there. There we go. We can just do it this way. Okay, these are my fairy lights. Now, let's go here. the fairy light goes down and it's plugged into one of my power banks. It's down here. And I always keep my power bank down there. Now in the front, I have my Jackery. So I have a power bank. I have power here and power there. I will always at least have 2 power banks. Major, not just little teeny power banks, but major power banks. So what I do is first, I take where it's going to plug in, and I start with that end of it, and I bring it up. And I bring it up, and I go around here, and then I bring it back around here. And I just keep going that way. Boom, 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 until I reach the end. Now, I don't know where my end is, but what I do is when I find an end, I just kind of twist it around. Not hard. You don't want to break it, but I twist it. But what I do is when I take it around, these are those clips. And they're in my storefront, and it's on my links. They're clips. They've got 2 pins, and it just goes into the material here. And it's a clip. I mean, it's just here. Let me see. It's just a clip. See, it's got the 2. There we go. It's got the 2. It just goes in, and then it's a clip. Yeah. It's back in here. Push that back in. There we go. There we go. Now it's the same thing over here. Let's see. It's the same thing up here. And then, let me see. And then the line goes into my Jackery. It's the same thing. I just used the clips, and it goes around. That's how I did it. I have one line going and up here, and then I plug it in there, and it goes, and I just kept going back and forth and back and forth. And here, you can see there's the end. And I just kind of twisted it around the line. Okay. Deborah Anguser, you asked me about my mattress. What mattress do I use? I sleep on my sleeping pad, my sleeping bag. I do have a self-inflating sleeping pad. It's REI. I don't have the link. You just have to go online and see what they have. It's just the way it is. I don't even know. It's extra long and it's extra wide. And it self-inflates. And it's very good. It was about $100. So, but I only sleep on this. Now, I'm going to tell you that if you're tall or you're of, a little bit more heavier than I am, it might not work for you because it might be too hard on your bones or, whatever. It's fine for me. I like it. I've always liked a harder surface to sleep on. It's fine. So you might even have to do a build out. You just might have to do that, where you put a board maybe on top of some milk crates and you get the memory foam, and a lot of people use that. Or you can actually build a frame out of wood that you sit down, and then you can put your bins under there. However you do it, you probably will need to do that. This works for me. And if you're small, if you're a small person, you're kind of short, it's a nice way to go. In the morning, I just fold this up, I roll it up, and there's a space right here that I put it, and it just pushes in. Sometimes I take my breath. I do. I kind of push in the bottom part of it, and then with my hand, I kind of push it in. Yeah. And I put my all my other bedding up here. So this way I have this area totally ready to go. Jan Calbert, you also asked me about the graphics and the editing where I learned. So I didn't want to leave you out because you asked that also. But I also answered that question. So thanks for the question. I didn't want to leave you out. Kathleen Gibson, you asked me, how do I stay cool when it really gets hot? When it really gets hot, well, I try not to be anywhere where it really gets hot. I'm not going to be in Arizona when it really gets hot. I'm just not going to be here. I'm going to be gone by then. But it depends on when it really gets hot. That's sort of a relative term. That might be a different temperature for a lot of different people. To me, being in the mid 90s is really hot, and I won't be here. Right now, it's only been at the highest, maybe like 91, 92. This week, it's been like in the 80, 82 range, so that's really a treat. Cheers. But what do I do to keep cool? My chill pads, remember these? Well, just a little update on these. These are wet right now. And this one actually stays, the one that's missing a snap, this actually stays wet longer than this one. Unbelievable. I thought this would be the one that would, you know, yeah, it's nice. I thought this one would be the one. The chill pad. But it appears that the Aqua Snap, I love this color. I have a sweater on today. It's kind of cool this morning. So I thought I'd be with this. Yeah. Here we go. You like it? Somebody mentioned, oh, you look so good. Yeah. I kind of bought this at Forever 21. They had this huge sale going on. It was like, I think it was like $3. Of course, they don't let you try anything on still. So, yeah. Okay, Flower Power. You asked me, what happened? Why can't I use my set power? Did my solar break? No, my solar did not break. What happened is I'm in Tucson now, and it's a little bit warmer, so I can't just park in the sun and be getting my solar, powering up everything all day long. I mean, I would die in here. So if I use my set power refrigerator, 12 volt, it would take all my power. I mean, I need it for other things. And especially now that I'm writing on my laptop, I have to plug my laptop into my Jackery into the AC connector. Yeah, the plug. And it takes more. AC, 110 takes more than USB or even 12 volt. So it was running me down to zero having the set power plugged in. So I can't use the set power right now. Until I get to a cooler climate where I can be in the sun all day and I won't die in here, I have shorts on. It's a little chilly, but I have shorts. I can just sit here and kind of like just put these, put it over my legs, with my bare legs, and I've got, my table here, and I'm just, it keeps me cool. It does. And I got the fan blowing at me here, so. Oh, look at this. I had no idea. Look what happened. Let's look at this. You see all this stuff? It all came off of my pants. Well, I don't like that. I had no idea that would come off like that. Huh. Well, I don't like that. I wonder, let's try this one. Okay, let's do a test. No, this one doesn't flake off, but that aqua, interesting. Yeah, who would have thought to do that test? Does it flake off? Yeah, this flaked off all over my pants, which now is all over my towels. I just washed them. Okay. Okay, so that's how I keep cool. Debbie Fiddler asked me, do my children watch my videos and my grandchildren, and do they give me advice? No. I know. Yeah. My son, who's a carpenter, he's so busy. He still has a grown granddaughter living there, and now he's got a little 4-year-old, and he's got a wife that he supports, and he's working all the time. He does not have time to watch my videos. I don't even know if he's watched one all the way through, but that's okay because I just adore him. It's okay. It's yeah. I totally we're like this, yeah. And he's a lot of fun. My oldest daughter, yes, she does watch my videos, and now my younger daughter, she's starting to watch some of them. She's like, wow, my mom's getting famous. Yeah, she watches every once in a while, but she doesn't have the time either. So now, do they give me advice on videos? What would they give me advice on? They don't know anything about them. They don't know how to do videos. They're not much on graphic arts or anything. So, yeah, I got to give them advice, you know. That goes with my grandkids, too. Although my granddaughter, my oldest granddaughter, the one who's grown, she's quite the artist. I passed all my art stuff to her because she's such an artist. She's going to be a great artist. Yeah. Mama Faye, I just have to do a shout out to you. You didn't ask me a question, but I got to do a shout out to you. You are so adorable. You said, let's go to Maine together. Okay. And Lori Natali, you want to go too? Let's all three go to Maine soon. Okay. Well, it's not definite, but you know, maybe. Who knows? Yeah. June, Ontario, you asked me about the green. It's really a teal. It's just like this. I have a purple, a blue. Let's see. They're right here. Here's my new blue one. Chill pal. This is the purple. And this is the teal. It's a chill pal. I don't know if it's actually going to say chill pal. I have noticed that the writing, it's just the writing kind of, oh no, yeah, chill pal. There you go, chill pal. They're just, yeah. They're called net gaiters. But it's a special material that holds water, and it has this special cooling effect. I do find these to be better than other net gaiters. I do have other net gaiters. I've got the black ones for winter, and the link for all this is in my storefront and in my video links. Huge Survivor fan. I actually, the first time I ever used net gaiters was I bought these on Survivor, from Survivor website. Yeah, Survivor. This is the one from Espada, and I had a purple one too, but yeah. So yeah, they're called net gaiters, and they're on Amazon. You're asking me about what the heck are these for? They're called arm gaiters. It's like a net gaiter, but they're arm gaiters. That's what they are. I've got the links in my storefront. Yes. They could be like opera gloves. Yeah. And one of you said, it looks like it's, I know. It said, it looks like it's too tight. It's constricting you. No, it's not too tight. It's just that you probably saw, it kind of spooshes out the little fat right there that I have. Hello. I thought, ooh, thank you for pointing out that I got a little fat on the top of my, No, it's not too tight. I keep things in bags. Yeah, white. I got purple. It's a certain company, and yes. You can get them. You can buy them. Why do I wear them? Well, for one thing, they protect my arm. Being in here, I am bumping my arm all the time. And I'm getting way too much sun. That's really, a lot of people wear these now. Well, they look fashionable. Aren't they chic? Yes, very chic. And they, but it really helps. Let me put these away. It really helps to keep the sun off, because what happens is all of our lives, we might wear short sleeves, we might wear short sleeves. So this isn't in the sun all the time, but this is in the sun a lot more than the rest. So yeah, I'm trying to keep the sun off. I've got not bad sun damage, but there's some, and then I can bump my, a soft breeze can go by and I get a little bruise right there, woo, it's too much wind. So that's why I wear them. I like them though. I'm so used to wearing them. I mean, it just protects my arms because I'm bumping and things like that. And a lot of people, it might be hereditary, I don't know, but a lot of people do have the, they get the bumps, or the bruises, not bumps, the bruises, yeah. That's why. Sharice Dewey. I think that's your name, but you know who you are. You asked me if in the beginning when I became a nomad, did I worry that I wouldn't be able to make it as a nomad? No, I didn't. I mean, I know who I am. You know, I know me, and I knew that this would be a lot of fun. And if I didn't, I mean, I wouldn't worry about anything. I'd just get a place again, you know. But no, I didn't worry about it. I thought it was fun, and I was ready to jump right in. Yeah, it was time. Have I ever considered a pet? Sure, I have. It would have to be a very small dog, a little teacup, and they're very expensive. My younger daughter is on the lookout for one. So, yeah, and she might get it herself, and then she said I could try it out and take it with me. So we'll see. But I don't really like the fur. I don't think it's if it's bigger than a teacup, I don't think it'd be fair to the dog to be in such a small space. You asked me about those balls that change light. They're poi balls, and I'm not going to recommend them for a light. I just happen to have them, and I would put them on. They're for poi balls. For a poi sock, you put them in a sock, and then you twirl them around, and you can put the light on, and it twirls around, and it's real at night. Ooh, it's a lot of fun. We did a lot of poi ball. Everybody tried it one time too. Yeah. But the only reason I'm not going to recommend them, and you can get them, and the poi balls are in my storefront and my video description. Ooh, but you can also juggle with them too. Yeah, they're juggling balls. They come with 3, so you can juggle with them. Yeah, and but it requires one of those little teeny weeny baby screwdrivers. Yeah, but and there's a battery in there. I think I have to go get it special. So I don't recommend these because the one poi ball, the battery went down. I didn't even use it that much, so I would hate to have to buy expensive batteries for these. Whoops, let me turn them off. And it's kind of nice to keep them in here because I could reach in and turn them off. Yeah, they're just poi balls. P-O-I. Poi. It's not the Hawaiian food either. Life Max 305. If I had to get another rig, would it be different than a minivan? No, not in the near future. If anything happened to this minivan, I would be getting another minivan. But down the road, yeah, I mean, it could change. I've actually thought that a Suburban would be kind of cool. I don't like that they don't have the sliding door like a minivan, but a Suburban, they have a little bit more clearance. They're big, and you know, I would have sort of the same. I'd take all the seats out, and yeah, I thought about a Suburban or something like that, an Explorer. The only thing I don't like about them is the fact that they don't have the sliding door. So, Christy Mitchell, you asked me where I got the arm gaiters. Amazon. I ordered them from Amazon, and the links, like I said, are in the storefront and in the video description. Iris LeBlanche, you asked me if I had the ability to jump into my driver's seat in an emergency and get away quickly. Oh, sure. I mean, I'm just, it's right there. I just hop over and hop in it. But the only problem is, like, say, if it's at night, I have to take down all of my window coverings, and yeah. Sometimes at night I kind of store a couple things on my seat, so I'd have to throw them in the back. If it's an emergency, throw them in the back, rip everything down, I suppose, and bam, go. Yeah, so yeah, I do have that ability, yeah. Did I have a difficult time finding places to sleep? No. I slept at Planet Fitness every night while I was here the first 2 months. Every night. Yeah. Have I had a frightening moment while I was a nomad? Only one, and it really wasn't even frightening. It just made me a little nervous. when I was staying at, I was sleeping in the parking lot of a casino. I just hopped out of my car, and somebody else hopped out of theirs, and he was really close. And he just looked at me, and I could see in his eyes, he thought, oh. And I thought, oh, crap. But this was bad timing. And so I stood there, and I talked to him because I wanted to get a feel of who he was and what was going on with him. And yeah, I stayed there, but what I did was I pulled some extra weapons out and kept them right real close all night. That was the first time I did that. And now, I mean, it's just natural habit to put out, a few weapons, But, I mean, I don't plan on using them, but yeah. So, yeah, that was the most frightening. I thought, ooh, it kind of worried me. And then he wanted to go have coffee, and he was leading it in the wrong direction. I thought, oh, yeah. The last question is, do I worry about heat that if I store propane or butane, will it explode? Now, I don't worry about that. I mean, a lot of people keep stuff like that in their garage, and it gets hot in their garage, right? No, I don't worry about that at all. And then you ask me, well, if it did bother me, do I buy it as I need it? No, I keep a supply of butane because sometimes it can be hard to find. Oh yeah, when I was in quartzite, I'd go to like Parker, at the Walmart there. They were always out. So no, I keep a nice supply. I don't buy it as I need it because I might not be able to find it. And actually, the green propane tanks, when they had that big frost and that big snow this winter, a lot of people were buying up all the propane, for their little heaters, Mr. Buddies and everything, because they didn't have heat in their home. And it was hard to find the green propane bottles, too. You also asked me, one last question you asked me was my favorite place that I visited. To tell you the truth, I guess my favorite place is Tucson, but the favorite place I visited, probably Reno. I really enjoy Reno. It's just, the whole city, and it's not a huge city. It's called the biggest little city. It appears to be this big city, but it's really only like 400,000 people in Reno. But it's got the Truckee River, and it just makes for a pleasant city. Things just revolve around the Truckee River. And the Truckee River is so fabulous. It's a river that it comes down from the Sierra Mountains when it melts. And it's really clear. The Truckee River is like the center point for Reno. People, they go rafting in it, and you can wade in it. You can kind of wade out into it, and yeah, Reno's a cool place. One last question then for the shout outs. Ms. Truth Seeker, you asked me about the arm gaiters, and I already explained it, but I just want to mention that, do a shout out for you that you did ask me that. Now, you asked me about the lights near my flowers. Well, yeah. I got that flower back. I got rid of those one tiger lilies. I didn't like them. They look too fakey or something. But this is a Royfac, and a good friend of mine has one of these, and it's got a little thing too. So shout out to my friend. Stuck, I don't like that. This must be the new one. Yeah. This, you can hang it up. Yeah. Okay, so the link is in my storefront. I love this. This is my favorite light. Yeah, we'll do the light show again. You're probably like, oh my God, here she goes with that light show again. And then it changes color too at that. And then it goes low, medium, bright. Yeah. And then it goes back again to the red. There we go. Yep. Pink and pink. That's what those are. The last thing I want to mention are somebody asked me about the bungees. Put my glasses on. I got my bungee here. This holds these things from falling forward when I put on the brakes. And it's bungeed in back of my minivan where you would put that little that piece of material that holds everything on. There's knobs here and then down below. I've just got them attached to that. It's easy. And then my bungee for here, I took this off so I can show you, so that this one doesn't fall. I've got it bungeed below where one of the seats fit in, the second row seats, and I bungee it around to the handle. Easy peasy. Okay, I know it's a long one, but I want to do the shout outs for y'all, and I just had to do a whole video on it, so because there were so many. I hope that you enjoyed it. Maybe you learned something new. Maybe you learned something new about me, but I'm not the most important thing. You're the most important thing out there. And I want to make sure that you guys have good information and you have good products that are tried and true and that you can buy, and maybe give you some ideas on what it's like to be a nomad. I suspect most of you out there who are watching, the larger percentage are living in your sticks and bricks and you're thinking about doing this. So these are ideas that I have, and I really appreciate you being with me and staying all the way to the end of this long video. Please subscribe, of course. Give me a thumbs up. Don't forget about my website. I've revamped the website, minivanlee.com or minivan-lee.com. Yeah. Both of those. I've got my emails, my contact forms. If you want to email me, you can do that. You can ask me questions there too if you don't want to ask, and I will answer you. You can't email me every day or every week, but if you email me and ask me a question, yes, I will answer. Also, this Nomad Life podcast on all major podcasts, and there's episodes of that. And I do want to mention again a Facebook group called Minivan Leads This Nomad Life. It's growing, and we've got a lot of fun things on there. So, don't forget about that. So, I love you guys. You guys have a good day, the rest of the day. Thanks for watching. Mwah. Love you.